That's the legend, Leon Rogers. And today with me, of course, Tia Ewing always holding it down as she does. And my man, my dog, he's the host of Scoop B Radio. Brandon, Scoop B Robinson is in the building. He's also ambassador of Zenni Optical. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Zenni Optical.
Them the frames, huh?
Yeah.
Man, you getting this paper out. You getting this bread, dog. Put me on.
Last time I was on radio with you, man, I touched the hem of your garment, and my life is complete.
And look what happened. See what I'm saying? Now I got to touch it back.
This is beautiful. What is that?
I don't know.
Velvet.
How you been, brother?
I'm maintaining.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Still breaking news, shutting them down in the NBA?
Sources say.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I love that. I love that. What we got, Tia?
All right, we got to talk about basketball.
Yeah, the Lakers.
Unfortunately, in
the
Chicago.
Lakers are in town. Yeah, they're playing the Bulls, of course, the Bulls who are 2-5. We were just talking about that.
Yes.
And I said that wasn't good, but you said it was early. So I'm going to try to jump on your bandwagon.
I don't know if you want to jump on a bandwagon, but I think we can talk realistics. I mean, the Bulls are still a very young team. They drafted Kobe White in the June's NBA draft. Zach LaVine is healthy, Larry Markkinen. But the problem with the Bulls is, who's the ball going to in clutch situations? Who is the guy that's going to command what they're going to command? They brought in Thaddeus Young in the offseason, and you have a healthy window. Carter Jr., who told me this summer that offense was something he was going to really focus on. But they played against the Knicks. They lost at Madison Square Garden. They did beat the Chicago Bulls in a homecoming of sorts with Derrick Rose. And, yeah, it's just interesting. They play Anthony Davis, who's home, and it'll be interesting, Lakers and Bulls tonight.
I think the guy who the Bulls should go to late in the game has to show a little pissed offness and shows that he wants the ball, Mr. Larry Markkinen. I think he has the tools. 7-footer, can put it on the floor. He can shoot it. He can do everything. But he's soft, boo. I need to see some fire.
Soft.
He's soft. Like, he should be mad right now that Thaddeus comes in and starts over him.
My uncle often says being pissed off beyond all levels of festivity.
Yes.
And
your uncle's a wise man.
Yeah.
That's my dog. I talked to him this morning. And what I'll say is Larry is a finesse type of guy, but so is Thaddeus Young. I was Jason Goff. I was over at NBC Sports.
Shout out to Jay Goff,
the other day, and he said the same thing you said. I think you need that guy. I said they need like an Ed Davis kind of guy to kind of come in and kind of intimidate. You lost Robin Lopez in the offseason, who went with his twin brother in Milwaukee Bucks, but Larry, I don't know.
But I just need Larry to be like those two unicorns in Dallas, Porzingis and Luka Doncic. Like they go hard. Like, I'm finna drop you off, and Larry has that game. He can do that.
I think what you're alluding to is more like a Dirk Nowitzki type of game. And Dirk had to grow into that, if you remember. Before 2K, there was NBA Live, and I remember when Dirk was the starting power forward next to guys like Antawn Jamison. But it also starts with who you put around them. Who is the Bulls' identity?
That's true.
They don't have
I don't like that identity.
What's their identity? You got to have it.
Speaking of identity, somebody who represents Chicago basketball to the fullest, and I don't care where he goes, is Derrick Rose.
Yes,
of course.
He does.
And so Derrick Rose, when he came back to town, I was so happy to see him doing well in Detroit. I really wish they would have brought him back here. I think he would have fit well with these young players.
It was a thought.
It
was a thought.
Yeah.
But what it ultimately came down to was comfortability. You look at the Detroit Pistons. You're building around Blake Griffin, Reggie Jackson, and Andre Drummond, who's been a 20-20 threat. I'm here representing Zenni. I don't need 20/20 vision with their blue blocks to say that that Pistons team fits Derrick Rose very well. And I talked to Anthony Davis last night. What he said to me was he seems rejuvenated.
And let's listen to it, because we actually have that interview. Let's play it.
I'm happy for him. Come back here, play the other night, got MVP chance, crowd going crazy for him. He's his old self.
And he said his own self. And when you look at the numbers, that's what they reflect. I mean, he right now is averaging 20.8 points, roughly 21 points.
Averaging. Give him that 1 point.
I give him that 1 point. Averaging 6 assists and 1.5 rebounds and 56% from the field. So I think he's doing good. I mean, it's nice to see him this way because people always say he's so injury prone.
Yeah. And going back to his injuries, I at one time thought that if he didn't overcome that, he would be the first MVP, league MVP to not make the Hall of Fame, first ballot.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, you can make the argument Tracy McGrady. Many people wonder whether that was realistic. I like Tracy. I want to stay on his good side. His birthday's the day before mine.
Right.
But what I would say is Derrick Rose put up the numbers early on. I mean, I think he's had the pressure of being from Chicago and kind of putting up numbers in a Michael Jordan city. I'm not from here. My stepfather's from the West Side. Shout out to the West Side. But what I'll say is, when you look at Derrick Rose and what he's brought to the table, he's a hometown guy, and he's had the pressure of living up to expectations. And to recover from an injury as drastic as that, you got to take your hat off to a guy like that.
I literally thought that brother was going to stay here in Chicago, have a very fruitful career, and have a statue right outside next to Michael Jordan.
Who says he can't?
And
I don't know if he's coming back here.
Back to you in the studio.
yeah, there we go. Tia, what we got next, Tia? Who know I love him? That's my man.
We got to talk about high school football.
Yes.
And I'm sure you guys
I'm
have
trying
heard
to get out
about
of
this.
Chicago alive.
I'm sure you guys have heard about this story. This is out of Long Island, New York. The team is the Plainage High School Red Devils, and they beat a high school 61-13. The crazy part is the coach actually had to deal with a one-game suspension because of the score. According to the rules, they say that he was basically not supposed to allow his team to score that many points.
Sure.
And the problem I have with this is really the problem that I have with a lot of teams right now in high school. You want kids to do well, but then when they do well, you penalize them in a way.
Well, here's the difference. Here's the only reason why I'm going to give that coach a little bit of flack on the high school level. Because at the high school, you're still molding their passion for the game.
Leon.
So hold on. Hear me out. You know when you're physically superior than the team, when you're better than the team overall. Now, as you can see there, they weren't throwing the ball. They were running the ball. But at the same time, you can run out of bounds. You can take a knee. You can run a clock. If you're up 60-13, there's no way they're coming back in the fourth quarter. Even in college football, dog, they run trap plays where they know they're only going to get 2 yards and go down. So I'm saying high school, no. Pros, you get paid to stop that. I don't have no sympathy for pro players.
I'll keep it simple with 1 minute remaining on your show. The Madden rules shouldn't apply in football, in high school football. I thought it was ironic. His last name is Shaver. I covered high school sports on Long Island. He was more concerned about the morale and was less concerned about filing any paperwork on Long Island in Nassau County. Nassau County has competitive football out that way.
Yeah, I feel you.
They won their last game last week, by the way.
Even at down
35 points. They beat the team. So
Let's go!
Even in down south football and everything else, man. Like with high school kids, I think there has to be a limit. Pros, you get paid to stop the other guy. That's just me.
I blame No Child Left Behind.
Hey, man, thank you, Scoop, for stopping by, man. Catch my man on Scoop B Radio. We'll be back. More later with Leon. Coming up after Simeon Henderson. Next. I can't get it because we coach short.